Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list here today inside the boiler room. And it looks like today is going to be a very, very good day for trading. There are a ton of stocks to cover this morning. So it's a good morning to tune into the watch list as we're going to be covering quite a few good stocks. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Marcos, Nito. So we have quite a few good stocks to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to list off all the stocks here. Good morning, Robert. We're going to list off all the stocks so you guys can write them down real quickly. So if you have to get on with your day or you don't want to tune into the whole stream. So let's go over some of these stocks here real quick. I'm just going to give you a quick little run through on all these tickers. All right, so these are all kind of just randomized, and then you can go through them and order them in the fashion that you would like, in which you see each stock to be the most beneficial or have the most potential in which you like to trade. So with that being said, the first stock we have here today is VTVT. All right, VTVT. This is a penny stock that is popping up this morning. Currently up 64 cents, or sorry, yeah, up 64 cents, currently up 38%. It's traded 408,000 shares of volume. It's got a 9 million share float, so lower float penny stock that we'll cover here soon. So pretty good. Next one is MDGL. MDGL is a higher price stock of $168. This is currently the leading gapper this morning, up 54%. And the gap up right now is $60 per share. MDGL is currently up on drug news. It's a pharmaceutical company, therapeutic company, currently up based off of good news with one of their drugs. All right, next one on the list is VKTX. VKTX is a stock gapping up this morning, up about $2 a share. This is a stock that has no news that I could find. It is currently up $2 a share, trending up from last time I checked. I do believe that VKTX is what we would call a sympathy play to MDGL. They're both therapeutic companies, so I think it's more of a sympathy play. GM, General Motors. General Motors is up pretty big this morning. Another big gap up. It is gapping up due to news of a $2.3 billion investment from SoftBank into General Motors Cruise line, or their automated car system. Next on the list is CRSP, CRISP, basically. CRSP, this is a big gap down. This stock is gapping down on news that the FDA has basically halted one of their drug treatments. All right. DLTR is another gap down this morning on earnings. DG is another gap down on earnings. And then CIEN, another gap down on earnings. And I will go ahead and I'll post these in the chat towards the end. So if you guys missed it, you guys can, get the little list here at the end. All right, so let's get into sharing the screen here. All right, awesome. Here we are. So first, let's just go down the list as I marked them off. So starting here with VTVT. All right, so VTVT, again, this is a stock that was gapping up in the morning. As you can see, it went from $1.60 all the way to $2.49. If you look down here, there is some news that they got a licensing agreement for, I believe, one of their drugs. So now it's up pretty big. So if this starts, and can hold up, this might be a good penny stock to play for the day. So one thing we would do is mark off the pre-market high. We have a pre-market high at $2.49 or $2.50. All right. And then we have a little bit of a pre-market support that's been built up right on the $2.30 area. So far, $2.30 would be like our pre-market support line area, and $2.50 is the pre-market high resistance. If you look at a yearly chart, the stock is up to about $2.50. So that's where it is. Right? Stock is up to $2.50. On a yearly chart, that's exactly where the 50 EMA is. Or if I put it in other words, that's where a moving average resistance is at, right at $2.50. Okay. So it's very possible that this is as far as VTVT is going to go today. As you can see, it's right on resistance on the daily chart. So for me, I would only like to be long over 250, which would be over its moving average resistance. All right. To the next stock. Good morning. All right, to the next stock, MDGL. So MDGL has a really good news. If we look at the stock chart here, you can see that it's gapped up from $1.08 to $1.87. Now, typically, I do not like to trade stocks this low on volume because it can cause a lot of issues. But for a stock to go from $1.08 to 187 in pre-market, that is just too appealing not to talk about or too appealing not to trade. This big gap up will bring in more volume than the stock typically sees on a regular day. So as you can see, it's starting to trend up. The news is that basically their thyroid hormone receptor beta, blah, 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 biopsy, something. Regardless, they're having some good results with their drug is what it sounds like. So their stock is up really, really big this morning. All right. So I will be watching MDGL to the short side today. I mean, I'll be watching it both long and both short, but a stock that's up $60, $70 a share pre-market, I would say has a really good chance of coming down on the day, at least $5 to $10 a share, if not maybe $20 per share. So if you can manage to get yourself 100 shares, you could be looking at a $500 to $1,000 winner on $100 shares today, possibly. Do note that if you're going to trade MDGL, you must be very careful as the spreads on the stock will most likely be pretty crazy, ranging from $1 to $3 to $4, even $5 per share in the spread difference. So if you're not experienced and you don't know how to read level 2 very efficiently, then this is most likely a stock that you would want to stay away from. Okay. On to the next one is VKTX. VKTX is up $2 a share from $5 to $5 to $7.20, so up about $2 a share. Right now, it has resistance pre-market at $7.20, currently trending up. Ideally, we would like to see this break over 720 to go long. All right. There is no news on it this morning that's been reported on Think or Swim. If we look at the daily chart, the price is at about 720. As you can see, 720 is a 52-week high, basically. 736 is the 52-week high. So we definitely have resistance up here. So chances are we're most likely going to see VKTX fade out a bit. I would expect, because what we must think is that it's up $2 a share. It's running close to the 52-week high resistance. So there's a good chance we're going to see a big profit take on this particular stock. Also think all the people that maybe bought here at $7.30 that held the bag may be getting ready to get out as they might be back at break even. Okay. 207 and climbing. Hold on. Is it at 207? Is that what you're referring to? No. Okay. So VKTX, watch it today. Possibly short. GM, General Motors. General Motors is up really big here this morning from $37.50 to a high of $41.90 pre-market. That's a big move. If you read the news, it is because of a $2.25 billion investment from SoftBank Vision to fund in its self-driving car program. All right. So that's another good stock to watch. I mean, if you have to look at it, ideally, it's got a pre-market high right at about 42. I wouldn't really mess with it until it breaks over 42 to the long side. If you look at the daily chart, currently it is at what, $42? So it's right here. This is exactly where the price point is at. Okay, actually, that might be a little off. So let me do it like this. This is currently where the price lies, right about there, 42. And as you can see, 42 has kind of, been an area which it's had support, right? You can see there it's had support at 42. It broke down from 42, hovered around 42, then it chopped at 42 right here a couple times. So 42 is most likely going to be a resistance area. It's possible there have been short sellers that piled into the stock at this 42 area. So this might squeeze over 42 today. So watch General Motors long over the $42 area. But again, with it being up so big, the chances of it going higher are less likely than it dropping out of the gates first for a profit take. All right. Alrighty. Next one on the list, CRSP. CRSP is a major gap down. CRSP is a therapeutics company. CRSP has dropped pre-market due to the FDA halting its NDA, or basically halting some of the progress or movement for its sickle cell disease treatment. This is currently down quite a bit pre-market. All right. What am I going to do with this? To be honest, I'm not quite sure how I intend on trading this. The way that I would really go about looking at this is initially I would like to think short bias because the news is negative. On the flip side, we had a strong bounce off of 55. 55 is a mental, psychological support area. So do I think it's going to drop all the way to 55 today? Not really, but I think that there's going to be opportunity where you might be able to get in some plays. So ideally what I would like to kind of see is maybe the price come all the way back up to $64. As you can see here, it popped to 64 once, then it came down, and then it popped to 64 again right there, came down. So I would like to see it go back up to 64, and then I would short it here. Okay, and hopefully it'd come back down closer to that 60 area. As you can see, it kind of has that pattern where it went up to 64, came down, back to 64, came down, hopefully back to 64, and then down. But something else to note is it's following, you can see that the price action on CRSP is following the 200 moving average. See it pop to the 200, down. Pop to the 200, down, and now we're at the 200, so we might be heading down now. Okay, so we'll be watching CRSP, most likely short today, but I'm not opposed to being long on the stock as well. Okay. Next one on the list is DLTR. DLTR from $97 to $87 in the morning, so dropped $10 a share, currently sitting at about $88 a share. So this is things down roughly $8 a share right now on earnings. Ideally, what I would like to see happen here is I would like to go short on it. As you can see, it's kind of bounced, but what I would do is I would mark off this $90 level. As you can see, the stock had came down to $90, and then it went back up and it tapped 90. Or sorry, it came down, bounced, tapped 90, came down, and now it's kind of trending like that. So this right here, this $90 level, that is most likely going to be the intraday resistance. So if the stock does kind of trickle back up, we'll probably see it pop to 90 and then start coming back down. That's where I'd like to enter short if it does in fact pop up to that area. Okay. Also note that this 50 moving average right here, this one, is steadily dropping down. And that 50 moving average will or can act up as a strong resistance. So it may never even pop to 90. It might just pop to the moving average and come down. All right. To the next one is DG, and there might be some things that have changed since I first made this watch list, but who knows? Same thing. All right, so the same game plan with DLTR, the previous stock, is the same game plan here with DG. As you can see, DG kind of popped around, and it has resistance right at $90. Very similar, Dollar General. So maybe we see this pop to 90 and I get short. Okay, so same thing, gap down, looking for it to pop up to the pre-market resistance here, and then maybe continue fading out. CIEN. So CIEN was an earnings play that gapped down, and now it's rolling around and squeezing all the way back up. So this one, it's possible that we'll see it come right up to yesterday's closing price. So like right here. It'll pop to that area, and then it might roll over that way and dump off that level, or it might pop up to here and squeeze up over this level. So this right here, this $24 area, it's a key level to watch for both long and short on CIEN. Holy cow. So that there so far, that is the pre-market watch list here for all the stocks that I plan on watching so far today. All right, guys. So that there, those are all the stocks that I plan on watching here pre-market. Oh, I'm not. Well, there's some more. There's some more that I'll touch on too. But those are kind of like the main ones I took the closest look at so far. So I will take a second here to kind of go through some of your guys' stocks or some things. So I will talk about MU. I will talk about OGEN and maybe a few others here. I have seen X has some pretty good news. So there's a few more that I'm going to touch on here, and I'll get to sharing the screen. So 1 second. Here we go. So OGEN, if I had to talk about OGEN, I would most likely say that you should probably get rid of it because it's probably going to fade out today or continue down. So here's OGEN. Every time OGEN spikes, it crashes. Spike, crash, 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 spike, crash. So if you're long on OGEN, your best bet is most likely to sell the stock and not become a bag holder. As you can already see, it spiked yesterday, and that's coming down today. So OGEN is most likely a short play today. Okay. MU. So, I didn't change it. So MU, I spoke about MU yesterday, and I did specifically say that MU was most likely going to be heading towards a red day or a red day very soon because it had been going up for so long. It had been traveling with no big red day. So I specifically said, watch it for a red day, as we're also up at its 52-week high. And as you can see, MU, sure enough, had a red day. I thought the red day was going to be yesterday. Sure enough, it was today. So either way, MU, big red day, and now a big gap down. Chances are we're probably going to see, well, actually, let me just double check. So with MU, let's see, that's 60, 56. I would like to say that we're going to have a red day on MU, but it's been so strong lately that I think this dip or today might actually get bought back up. But if you look at the daily chart, we're still a little bit extended. We haven't yet really come down to the 9 moving average. So ideally, what you like to see on a stock is when it goes up, it pulls back to this area, that 9 moving average, and then you buy it. And now it's up. It's starting to pull back, but it has not come to the 9 moving average. So do not be surprised if you see MU gap down, or sorry, not gap down, but go red today or go and start dropping more. I was going to say that it's very possible that today the dip is going to get bought up very fast on it. It's kind of holding this support level. You can see from a few days back, you had it bouncing off the $60 area. You see that? So you have this area, that area, that area, all kind of bouncing right there. So it's kind of bouncing in that area right now. So I don't know, it's hard to say. A lot of people like MU right now, and it steadily gets bought up on the dips. I still think it's a bit overextended, so I would still watch MU for a red day today. Okay. Be careful trying to buy the dip today, because the dip, it might look like it's a dip, and then it might come crashing over on you. I'm going to try and find the day that it did that. Hold on. Okay, here you go. So like this, right? This is what I'm talking about. See, MU had a big red day here, right? And then everybody thought that it was done, right? And then it bounced like crazy in the morning, and then it came down really hard again, right? Or where'd it go? Where did that day go? So this is the specific day I'm talking about, where MU had a big red day, and then everybody thought it was a dip day, and they bought it at the open. It spiked, and then it rolled again, and the next day was actually the dip day. But just make sure if you do, you're getting it at the low a day. Okay, so that's that. Another stock I will mention is AAOI. So AAOI, as you can see, is trending up. If you look at the yearly chart, you'll see that AAOI just started this nice curling action. It's starting to break over its 200-day moving average. So I'll be watching AAOI for a potential long swing trade here in the next few days. All right. Yeah, that's about all I have for you guys here today on the watch list. All right, so sure, there's always some more stocks, and I may not have covered every single stock, or maybe even every single stock that's going to be the best stock to trade today. But there is a lot of opportunity on a lot of the stocks that I did mention today. So take it as you may and take it as you will. And hopefully you guys have a good day trading here today. X, that's another one. So I will say this, X is doing pretty well. There's talks that we are going to raise tariffs on steel and aluminum for the EU. So basically we're going to impose a new tariff system on aluminum and steel to the EU or whatnot, some new trade thing. So EU or our X is seeing some attention, some volume based on the news of possible new trade tariffs with the EU. So everybody have a good day trading today. I will do my best to have a green day. Do please give me a like before you head out the door. That does help my channel. I would appreciate that. And if you guys ever would like to join into our private trading group, it's the first link in the description. Our trading chat room, our Facebook group, all the things to stay in contact with me and some of our moderators are all through the description box below. So do check that out before you head out if you guys would like to dive deeper into the trading career. Other than that, I will see you guys all tomorrow for another great live stream. Take care and have a great trading day.